Galactic Starcruiser was a hilarious disaster to watch. They really thought that people would want to go to their overpriced LARPing Star Wars hotel where their rooms were described as windowless bunkers, even by the most dedicated Disney shills. And now that people have been able to experience it over the past few months, Disney's decided to pour more money into the trash pile, trying to find out why it wasn't successful and why it's not making them money. I have a few different things to show off, but before we get into the topic at hand, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted. And of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon for just $1 a month, or support the channel via YouTube memberships. All of the links are in the description, and of course, I do really appreciate all of the support. So I wanted to start off with this article from fatherly.com. It says, "Why did the Star Wars hotel flop? Disney is desperate to find out." Well, right off the bat, I can think of many things. First of all, the marketing for this Disney hotel actually looked pretty cool at first. The concept arts looked pretty cool. And then we got the real images of how the workers were dressed up and all of the decorations and how the rooms were set up. And you could tell instantly that this wasn't going to do well, okay? The concept arts looked really cool. It looked very Star Wars. And then they decided to finish this project up, actually have real people inside of the rooms and going through the experience. And just looking at how much they were charging for it, it was nowhere near the value. So it says a year ago, in August, word got out that Disney was about to launch a fully immersive Star Wars experience at Disney World. It sounded like the perfect getaway for a Star Wars superfan, but that's not what ended up happening. Now Disney is trying to figure out why the incredibly expensive hotel flopped, and the company is spending even more money to try and find out why. Now, I have been a lifelong Star Wars fan, and when I first hear about the idea of a fully immersive Star Wars hotel experience, it doesn't sound that bad. There are many Star Wars superfans out there who would pay a decent amount of money for this experience to go to a Star Wars hotel with all of these different things, these different droids around, these different characters around, this type of music experience. I mean, it doesn't sound like a bad concept. Unfortunately, for this concept to work out, it has to be an extremely expensive looking experience. It can't be half-assed, and that's what Disney decided to do. They are charging a pretty penny for stays and for this experience, and when you look at it, it really looks like they didn't put that much money into it. According to Disneyland News, the company is looking to understand why their first fully immersive hotel experience was so bad that no one wanted to book a stay. Now, some of their guests who had previously stayed at Galactic Starcruiser and completed a survey after their stay are being asked to join a paid focus group so Disney can learn about their experiences. Essentially, they're paying even more money to try and find out why their Star Wars hotel was seemingly a flop. Now, there wasn't really anything about Galactic Starcruiser that worked. I obviously didn't waste thousands of dollars on this experience, and I highly doubt any of you have either, but the price was wrong. The experience offerings were wrong. It's like they didn't do any initial research. They threw tens of millions of dollars into this project and are only now going, wow, so you're telling us that we should have done research before we started charging people $6,000 for a 2-day experience? This, in my opinion, shows just how greedy Disney has gotten because, yes, their theme parks are overpriced. We've always known this, but this is another level of ridiculous. The rooms aren't spacious. The rooms look like something an adult could throw together for a child's bedroom. And for $6,000, it's massively overpriced. This just shows you how out of touch Disney is with their consumers. Their content is off, their theme parks are off, and this hotel is just a personification of how overpriced and underwhelming everything is that Disney does today. I remember months ago reading this article. Disney's Star Wars hotel slammed as a windowless bunker. When I'm thinking about spending thousands of dollars on an experience, I'm not thinking about an experience that is being called a windowless bunker, ready for a LARP vacation with tiny rooms. And again, I think that a Star Wars themed hotel could definitely work. There are plenty of people out there who would be interested in that. If the price was right and I was happy with the state of Star Wars currently, even I would be interested in this, but it's just not right. Again, it looked very cheap, very quickly thrown together, even though we know they spent millions upon millions of dollars on this. The rooms were very underwhelming. The actors and the experience you got with the actors was underwhelming, and the price tag was just absolutely absurd. No one wants to pay $6,000 to spend a few days in a windowless bunker just because it's got Star Wars bedding and the walls look like panels. Haha, it looks really cool. It's just not what I would be interested in paying for. It says the highly anticipated Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser officially opened at Disney World, and initial reviews of the hotel have begun flooding in, with the general experience being a mix of praise for the immersive Star Wars experience and complaints about the actual accommodations. When this came out, we were seeing only really the Disney shills who were paid to go, who were asked to go and experience this, come out and, talk about what they thought about it. And even the Star Wars Disney shills were saying that it had issues, that it wasn't worth the price tag, that there would be people who would be disappointed with this experience. The rooms themselves seem to resemble being trapped in the Sarlacc pit, as Polygon's Charlie Hall wrote that the rooms are entirely too small, falling somewhere in between the narrow cabins of a Disney cruise ship and a basic hotel room. Given the high price tag, a 2-night stay ranges from $4,800 to $6,000, depending on the number of guests. Some families may be disappointed to find that they, as a YouTube channel put it, are paying this much to be inside a windowless bunker for 2 full days. Now, from the outside looking in, it's extremely obvious why this failed. It just wasn't what fans wanted. It wasn't worth the price tag, and I do genuinely think that the price is the number one issue. If this was like $1,000 or $2,000 for a family to stay, I definitely think that people would be interested. But unfortunately, when you're charging $6,000, people are going to feel ripped off. People are going to read the reviews and go, there is absolutely no way I am going to waste my money for this type of experience. And I just find this truly hilarious that now they're looking back months later going, wow, why did this fail? We're desperate to find out. And they're pouring probably millions of more dollars into this experience that is already failing and probably, most likely, isn't even making them any sort of money at this point. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.